So Chris and I were chatting recently about how much we just love doing this series of podcasts, the Real Skin, Real Stories. It's been such a pleasure to get to connect with our clients on kind of like a different way, chatting in the podcast and really just digging into their journey as a person, right? Because like I've said in many of these episodes is, well, everyone has a similar journey. You hear the same things pop up mindset wise, the things that they're trying. They also have such drastically different journeys. And that's what I think makes everybody so unique and so interesting. And, as many of you know, I used to work in television. And the reason that I loved working in television and being a journalist is because I loved getting to know people. If you ever meet me in person, I will ask you 7,000 questions because I just want to know about you. I think people are so cool. So that's why I'm thrilled to have our next guest, Hannah, on. She is one of our clients as of recording in the Clear Skin Solution. So Hannah, thank you so much for joining, and be prepared for my 1,001 questions.
Of course, I'm excited. I'm ready for it.
So could you kind of bring us back to the start of your, journey with acne, with, having symptoms pop up? What was that like for you, and how was that impacting your day today?
Yeah, so I would say my severe acne started as early as 12. And I remember being in my grandma's old bathroom at as soon as 10 years old. And I saw on my airbrush baby smooth skin, I saw one pimple. I had to ask my mom, what is this? And she was like, well, you're going through puberty soon. It's that happens sometimes. And little did I know it would consume my life for the next almost 10 years. So I would say when I was 12 in 8th grade, I was getting the pizza face, my cheeks mainly. It was cystic. And back then, I really didn't pay much mind to it, which I'm surprised. I would just, I wasn't insecure about it. I would just cover it with foundation, 2 layers all the time. And I was like, all right, this is good. Let's go to school. Nobody can see it. But now, I would never do that. I can't stand to wear any makeup. So that's why I decided I wanted beautiful, clear skin naturally and not having to just rely on makeup. So the dermatologist finally told me, it's hormonal. You need to go on birth control. Katie's favorite topic.
It is my favorite topic. I'm like, oh my gosh.
You can't say those words out loud, Hannah. We should have preempted. We get
to talk about it today. So just wait, everybody. Keep going, Hannah. I won't interrupt you quite yet.
I hate it. I'll never go back on. So 8 years being on that, and it fixed, quote unquote, my acne about 6 months into it. And then I would say the rest of high school, it was fine. It was fine. I didn't even break out when I went back to school after COVID. And then when I got into college, I'm going into my senior year of college right now. When I got into college, the minute that I moved into my dorm, face breaks out the worst it has broken out on birth control. And I don't know if that's because of the environmental change or whatever, but I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going back to my 12, 13-year-old state. And then I would say all throughout college, it's just been ebbing and flowing, my breakouts, until recently. Mind you, I had been debating getting off the pill for about 2 years before I actually got off of it.
Because it's a big decision, right? So many women are like, I want to get off of it, but I'm afraid of what will happen.
See it all the time.
Yeah.
I was reading all the horror stories about post-birth control syndrome. Not only will your skin be horrible, your period's going to come back and punch your uterus so hard, the point you're going to have endometriosis. And I was like, well, this is the healthiest thing for me, but I've got to deal with all this. I don't know. And I just happened to stumble across y'all's podcast.
Oh, yay.
Yeah. I was listening to the podcast before I knew that it was a program. That's when I noticed y'all had a link in your show notes.
Yeah.
I made a huge life flip, and I made getting off the pill my main focus in my life. I finished out my pack and got off the pill. That was once I was already in the program. I was about 2 weeks into the program. And since then, it's honestly been an upward slope.
Upward slope. Yep.
My skin right now, I watched it go from that horrible broken out state. I watched it go from that within the program to very much improving beyond what I ever thought was possible getting off the pill. In fact, I thought no matter what, getting off the pill, it would explode.
And that's the fear, right? That women have is, oh my God, what's going to happen to my face?
That was like my main, like, all consuming me. It's all I could think about.
I often have people asking me, well, Katie, how do I know if what I'm doing for my skin is working, right? Because your skin's generally going to be one of the last things to clear up, because to your body, your skin's not important. You're like, whoa, no, it's important to me. But your body's like, no. Getting our hormones in check, getting our menstrual cycle, that's important, getting our digestion. These are like survival things that we have to get in check. So I always say the things we want to be looking out for is, have your periods improved? Are they easier? Are your symptoms lessening? Is your digestion improving? Less fatigue? Are you sleeping better? Because these are all signs and clues that your body is responding to what you're doing. And this is so clear in your case, Hannah, that, coming off of the birth control pill and having a really, pretty easy transition to compared to what most people have. And also being able to get your period and not know that you're getting it. Like, I'm sure so many women listening are like, what? What do you mean you didn't know you were getting it? That's possible?
No, I'm dead serious. Yesterday, I was so surprised. I was even in a good mood yesterday. And like most of the time, like even on the pill, when I was about my period, I would just hate the world.
Yeah, you're like, everyone sucks. Everybody go away. Leave me alone.
But yesterday I was all like singing in my car, like sunny day. I even wanted to go on a run, Katie.
A run?
Yeah, I didn't because, like.
Now you're speaking my language. I didn't.
What?
The mild cramping kicked in. I was like, I don't want to worsen it. I'm not going to go on a run. But like, I did have the energy and the zest to go do that.
Hannah, this was such a great chat. You've been such an open book and you've shared so much with everybody. So I'm so thankful that you came on the podcast today and shared the part of your journey with us so far. And we will definitely share some updates over on Instagram when you've finished up with us as well, because I think it's so fun to hear this and then see your updates in a few months. So Hannah, we've loved it. You've been amazing. Thank you so much for being on today.